Trump promised NRA members he'd have their back. But when Second Amendment rights came under attack, Trump abandoned us and stood with liberal Democrats.
You guys, half of you are so afraid of the NRA. We have to fight them every once in a while. That's okay.
Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified. They have great power over you people. They have less power over me. I don't need it. What do I need?
That is why I have called for red flag laws.
Or like take the firearms first and then go to court. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process.
He and I introduced another assault weapons bill.
Diane, you have some very good ideas. Diane, if you could add what you have also, and I think you can, into the bill.
Yeah. Joe, are you ready?
Can you do that? Joe, can you do that? Pat, can you add?
If you help.
Well, no, I'll help, but can you add what Amy and what Diane have? Can we add them in? We're talking about rules and regulations for purchasing. We're talking about changing an age from 18 to 21. I mean, I say that it should all be at 21. We do strong background checks. We're getting rid of the bump stocks.
Trump cut and run like a coward. Trump, the gun grabber, doesn't deserve a second chance.
Okay, so now maybe we're talking Trump, the gun grabber. Those are very much fighting words. Trump and his supporters are gonna absolutely freak out over that. But is Putin Ron wrong? I mean, Trump did say all of those things. The funny thing is, Francesca, that I don't know how much I trust what Trump is saying there, but he does seem, as we pointed out, he doesn't care about guns. He's not interested in it. He does seem much more accepting of these very reasonable minimal limits, like literally raising the age from 18 to 21 for assault rifles. There's no argument to be made that 18-year-olds have some sort of constitutional right to buy an assault rifle. Getting rid of the bump stocks that had literally just been used in mass shootings. That sort of ad makes Trump look more reasonable for the general election. But for a Republican primary, I think a lot of Republicans might not know how much he's said on this topic. This could be maybe a more effective line of attack for DeSantis. What do you think?
It's hard for me to watch that and put myself in the shoes of a Republican who would go to an NRA convention, because I just see that and I think, yeah, this is like the small silver linings about Trump, which is he doesn't give an F. Like sometimes he'll just say stuff. He just off the dome, he'll say some stuff that you're not supposed to say as a Republican, right? And so here was one of those examples. And I remember, John, what was the mass shooting that this was in the wake of?
The bump stock? I believe that the bump stocks were used in Mandalay Bay, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't in office in Mandalay Bay, was he? Was it 20? Was it actually?
I don't.
Exactly. So the point is that he had to come to the table to talk about this. There you have Dianne Feinstein, who's like, putting a sentence together so tight. This was clearly a while ago, but like I remember this very, very, very clearly, and I thought it was kind of a bold move, and it was a little bit of a flex on the NRA, which didn't get what they paid for because there was a lot of dark money that they funneled right to Donald Trump in 2016. But like, I am curious because for me, I think that makes him look good. Like, I know what you're saying that there's a separation between the general and the primary. I don't know. Given what we know about how popular basic background checks are, given how popular, like nothing that he said there is radical, right? Mm-hmm. Bump stocks, background checks. This won't necessarily prevent mass shootings, but it will be a start for sure. The mass shootings, it'll stop ideally.
Well, it'll stop some of the youngest people from going, and maybe they'll still do a shooting. Maybe the 18-year-old will go get a pistol, but they won't have an AR-15. So that'll be something. By the way, Mandalay Bay was 2017, so he was, I guess, president.
And this was in the wake of that. Then God, it feels like it was so long ago. How many mass shootings? We've had so many mass shootings since that.
And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, unfortunately.
I think it makes him look good, actually. I don't think it's doing what Ron DeSantis, thinks it's doing, but also that's, again, through my eyes, which is the eyes of someone who wants to live.
Yeah, well, it's also like he needs to do something like this. He needs to come up with like Trump, the gun grabber, but like he has to do that. At the same time, Trump has always been better than any other Republican at like sort of shaking off the fact that he used to be like explicitly pro-abortion, like
absolutely
that nobody cares about that. Like all of these positions that he's taken, It just doesn't seem to matter that he took them. But it's your only chance. Maybe it's a Hail Mary, but if that's all you've got, then I guess he has to try. We'll see. Anyway, those are two different ways that he's trying to target Trump on Social Security. Basically saying, why is he hitting me when he should be hitting the Democrats, which is just like such a sad Jeb Bushy type of way to defend yourself. A Republican primary elected doesn't care that he's hitting you rather than Biden. They want him to hit people. But the gun one maybe will have an effect. We'll see. We'll see.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.